Welcome back to the Polity. This is still reaching you live from Abuja. There you have it, the governor of Kogi State speaking on his prospects or his expectations and actions towards the governorship election set to hold on November 2023. I've been joined now in the studio by policy analyst and also a Kogi indigene and a political actor in the state, talking about Mr. Atiku Abubakar Isa, to speak on the current state of things in the state and the state of security and what we can expect come November. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. All right. We heard the governor speaking there. He said that all those planned violence, that they have their plans to for lack of a better word, neutralize them before that time. What do you make of that assurance that the governor has given?
Well, he has the constitutional responsibility to do that, and we hope and pray that he does what will make the state to be peaceful. That is what we expect of him. So we are happy to hear that.
All right. But what can you tell us about what's going on in Kogi State now? We are just less than a month or about a month to the elections now, and I guess at this last period things will be sort of heating up both positively and negatively, So what's really going on? What's the state of things in Kogi State now?
This is electioneering period. So people have been making unfounded allegations, and some persons have been hiding and perpetrating violence, all in the name of campaigns. Well, we hope the governor will unmask them so that the public should know the true situation of what is happening in the state. We are not really happy about the situation, but at the moment we cannot point accuse a finger on anybody yet, because we are also trying to do our own findings and be very sure of whatever will come on air to see.
Yeah, that's fair enough. If you notice the official there, I believe I miss his title exactly, but Mr. Fanwo there was speaking about.
That's the Commissioner for Information.
Commissioner for Information. Thank you very much. He was speaking on electing serious people, quote unquote, and that we shouldn't elect comedians. Why is that even a thing to say? And also, is it that comedians cannot be a good statesmen?
You don't need. You need. Actually, I agree with the Honorable Commissioner for Information. You need serious-minded people for leadership position, not people who cannot even take care of a homogeneous family. I think whenever issue of comedian is mentioned, referring to the candidates, they are directly referring to Dino Milai, because and some other candidates who are too childish to come out to aspire for governor of a state, a state like Kogi that is blessed with virtually all their natural resources. So I think what he's saying, what the Commissioner for Information said is in line. We really need serious-minded people so that if we have a matured mind as governor, things will be fine for the state.
All right. Still speaking on Kogi State now, what are those things that you think should be front burner? While addressing the press about a week or two ago, the governor was heard saying that, to an extent the media has been unfair to him and that they need to do more thorough investigations. He spoke about his activities or his successes, so to speak, in Kogi State. But then, like they say, and now the APC is preaching continuity. But at that, with the way governance is, there are always things that at any given time need more attention than others. In Kogi State now, what would you say that is, would you say you've seen any sign from any of the candidates that they are taking that seriously?
Well, I need to be fair in my assessment of the candidates, not really about their popularity also. I am not in APC, but the candidate of the APC seems to be more calm. That's the fact. He seems to be more calm, and apart from being calm, he is not the violent type. The candidate of the APC, that's my assessment of him. I'm not in APC. And then you have Admiral Usman Jibri, who is very matured. I think these two candidates, I can say something about them, but the rest, I don't see them to have the maturity to really pilot the affairs of the state. You need maturity, you need experience, you need exposure. Why the candidate of the PDP has the experience, the exposure, he lacks maturity. He's too childish to be governor of a state. But he's about politically the most exposed person. This is just a fair assessment of the candidates. I'm not in support of any one of them. That's just what I see. The PDP's candidate is exposed, but he lacks the maturity to go close anywhere near the seat of governance. He doesn't have the maturity at all. But when you talk about calmness, and in this case now I'm assessing the serious candidates, those that, although Dino Melai, the PDP's candidate, cannot be among the serious candidates, but you can't take it away that he has got the political exposure, the experience over the years. But how will that translate into good governance? Lack of maturity will make him to be a wasteful leader, and he won't be able to, nothing much will be achieved. That's in the end that which is almost impossible for him to even win the election, because it's not even among the top 3 contenders for the position of governor as at today.
Right, but the current vice president, talking about His Excellency Senator Shettima, has spoken about politics while making certain jibes. I mean, the other day, after the tribunal ruled in favor of the APC, that is his principal and himself, he did say that they would retire Mr. Atiku Abubakar to, rearing goats and cattle and so on. And then he said that, these are just things that we do as part of politics. It's nothing serious. I wonder, is that what we are saying with Mr. Dino Melai too, where he puts up a front, just as a form of campaigning and electioneering, but has perhaps more serious plans? So that the question now goes to, from whatever you've seen of the campaigns of these people, are they sticking to the issues? Are you seeing any sign of their intentions?
The 2 persons I'm seeing that they are talking about issues for now are the candidates of the APC and the Accord Party. Others are not even saying anything serious, as far as I'm concerned, regarding the election. They are just trying to cause confusion and then making noise. They are not really talking about the issues, maybe probably because they do not have experience. And in the case of Dino, who has the experience, people don't even take him serious, because his lifestyle has been that of a comedian, and so people don't even take him serious. Serious-minded people are not even following him. So they are not even listening to him. Even though he has something to say, they are not even listening to him. That's why whenever they talk about candidates, they hardly mention Dino Melai, because they don't see him. You need to be a serious person. You see, your lifestyle matters a lot. The kind of lifestyle Senator Dino Melai lives makes him unfit to be governor of a state, makes him even unfit to be chairman of a local government. The extravagant way, his extravagance, the way he plays as if, you see, you might say, no, the governor of Osun State is doing well, and he is always, no, that guy is not doing anything well. morality, for you to change the perception of people matters in governance. You cannot have somebody as an unserious person like Osun State Governor and say, no, he's doing it. It's not about building roads. I have maintained that anybody can build roads. But governance, leadership, you should be able to change the orientation of people. You should be able to make people serious. A country where we are blessed with land, but we cannot farm, we are hungry. You need mature minds and serious people to a country where citizens still, they remove rail track. You need serious people so that they can change their perception. The Osun State government anywhere is just him will be dancing. Is that a serious human being? Any function is dancing. That's not a serious human being. We don't pray for such a governor in KOGI State. Even if he builds the whole of Osun State, that's not a serious leader. That to me is not a leader.
But isn't that just a personal, a behavioral
If you have
tendency?
such personal behavioral attitude, you should live your private life and continue to dance anywhere you are. Don't seek for leadership position. That's why you see the American system which we copy. See, they give freedom to their citizens very well. You can you can womanize, you can go naked, do everything. But when it comes to election, they will not elect somebody like that. Because they know when it comes to leadership, it's a serious business. You need serious-minded people, not people like Adeleke, not people like Dino Melaye. You need serious. You change the orientation of people as a leader. Whatever you do, people like to do. Watch any gathering you see that the governor of Osun State attends. You see, all the people there will just be behaving like mad people. Because before people just be like begin to wonder. Yeah, it's only when you listen that I say, oh, there's a music playing background. They are just like mad people. Because that's how the governor behaves. You see, everyone just really like this. No, so there's nothing serious that he attends to.
But some could say this is an issue of majoring on the minor. You mentioned the Western, that we copy or thereabouts. We've seen there, even in Nigeria here, where people who dress very casually. Take for instance, one of the most richest men in the world, Mark Zuckerberg, came to Nigeria and he was, wearing a T-shirt, where others were wearing suits. So, are we focusing on maybe the little things that don't really matter?
That's not little thing. It shows the seriousness of Mark Zuckerberg. Not this kind of our own dressing that you bring about, you wear 10 clothes because you're extravagant. That our own is not good. What Mark Zuckerberg did, that's what is expected of a leader. You can't be, if you're a serious person, you cannot be wasting much time on dressing alone. You are putting agbada, you are putting another thing on top, you don't have plans for even your life. How can you be dressing like that? The way these people dress everywhere, you think, no, that is a serious-minded person. Just wear your shirt and then go on and be serious. It's different from what we are saying now. Did you see Mark Zuckerberg dancing on the street? Just like that. If it's time for you to, I'm not saying if it's time for you to go for your party, it's a different thing. So you have time. You have time for different things. At a particular time, you should be serious. But all the time you are dancing, what kind of human being are you? You say you are a leader, that you are building. This kind of leadership in the country has problem. These are the kind of, you need to be serious. There are times you need to be very serious. There are times you need you need to at least relax. There are times you can play. But all the time you are playing, what kind of a leader is that? The time you are dancing, what is there to even dance in a country where even the indigenous of Osun State can't eat food now? Most people don't eat food now. It's not only Osun, but I'm saying in a state where even your indigenous don't have food to eat, you have eaten enough. Because the way we see him, it doesn't matter whether he was a billionaire before. If you are a governor, it's a different thing. You have responsibility and should be seen to be serious. Where your indigenous cannot feed your citizens of the country everywhere, there is hunger. There are no hospitals to attend to people, and then all you do is just be dancing. That's why not serious-minded person will vote for Dino now.
Well, let's get back to the serious issues, as you call it. What does KOGI need now? Following the 8 years of almost the completion of Governor Yahaya Bello, what are those spots that the next governor should be looking at fixing even if it's as soon as they can, to show sign that there's more coming?
You know, the problems are not only peculiar to KOGI. A lot needs to be done. Of course, Governor Yahabelu met a lot of challenges, especially coming from a place where, because of the place he comes from, people antagonized him seriously based on sentiment, tribal sentiment. He had to face those challenges and all other challenges again, and that is what is going to happen during this election now. So one most important thing will be for anybody who emerges as governor to be able to bring the people together, so that the people can live as one. Because these campaigns has brought about so much division, because people are campaigning based on using ethnicity to gather support, and you see that some of these candidates are strong in only some particular areas. In other areas, they are not very strong, and that's because people leadership recruitment in this country is something else. People who are not even fit to contest are the ones who are candidates, and it's from among them that somebody will emerge. You talk about candidates who are battling with secondary school certificate. Talk about candidates who have never worked anywhere in their life. So all these are issues. If you have never worked before, you don't even know what it means for workers not to receive their salary as at when due, because you have not worked before. You don't know what it takes to manage people, because you have never held any position before. You are coming out, you want to be governor. So that is the situation at hand.
Right, that's fair enough. You know, all eyes are on KOGI State and other states with off-season elections. But, you know, I'd like to get your overview as to what you think we can expect on the D-Day, considering all we've seen this election cycle, the broad election cycle, talking about the general elections that led to governors in other states and also the presidency. We've seen, I believe, if I'm correct, 2 governorship elections been overturned now. Kano State of the NNPP to APC, and just about yesterday we saw Nasarawa from APC to PDP. You know, so, you know, we're seeing discrepancies that are enough to overturn elections as big as governorship. And if we even take it to the national level, I'm sure you're aware of the whole saga with certificates that's happening with the president. I believe around 2 p.m. American time today, we'll be getting a final deposition on all that, you know, transpired about the certificate and discrepancies we've been seeing. That is also an area where people still feel maybe there is hope for those who are contesting this election to file it before the Supreme Court. So, taking all of this into account, how do you see KOGI election, you know, being done, especially with the positives and negatives, according to different persons, that we saw in the general election, and now the judicial aspect of it?
I don't think. Well, the governor has just given assurances that he will work hard to see that the election is peaceful. So he has the responsibility to do that, and he has everything at his disposal. So we just hope and pray that when that is achieved, because especially now that only 3 states will be conducting the governorship election, so there should be enough security men and women that will be able to man the states, so that they at least reduce the violence to the minimum level, because of course those that will be losing or that are seeing signs of losing the election, we want to cause trouble. And even though the governor is from APC and APC is fielding a candidate, he has a responsibility to ensure that the people of the state live peacefully. So we just hope that what he has promised, he will be able to deliver.
All right, just on a final note, what's your sort of advice or words to the people of Kogi State leading up to the election? What do you think they should look out for, and what would you advise them, really?
It is ridiculous that some persons want to lose their lives for politicians. No politician is worth it, because what they say in most cases is not what is in their mind. And if you die for them, you have wasted your own life. You have wasted your own life. You see, in the past I was thinking of, I was almost criticizing a particular party, particular people. But now I've seen that with the recent developments and the information we are gathering, we are seeing that even those we think are modest, they are equally violent. So it's just they have been waiting for opportunity for them to perpetrate their evil agenda. So, and anywhere we see evil, we run away from there, not minding whether we have any relationship, whether from the same place or the same tribe. It doesn't matter, because what is happening now is pathetic. People just want to make, because of this, there's a distinction between violence and politics. You cannot, under the cover of politics, go and be destroying properties. You see, a woman was killed in Koto. From the he was putting on APC cap, and she was shot dead. So if APC supporter was to be killed like that, see, it calls for something else. So we just want to be very sure of whatever information we'll be putting out, and then that's why I want to refrain from talking. But my major advice would be for people to see that support whoever you want to support, but don't go and cause mayhem, attack any other person. And allow the process to go smoothly, so that at least you can also have your peace of mind.
That's fair enough. I like to re-echo that, do not engage in violence of any kind, not for anyone, not for any politician. Let's strive to keep our process peaceful for each other. Thank you so much for coming, Mr. Atuko.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, I'll leave you now with some more reports, and I'll bring back those clips there of the governor of Kogi State speaking on the elections, and I will bring you a few more reports to round off the program. Thank you so much for staying with us today. Don't forget, the Polity reaches you live every weekday from Abuja, 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. I am Amadine Ogbewe. Bye for now.